Hey y'all, I am been thinking about creating a staging wall right here. I normally have, this would be normally the background where I have a bunch of paintings and things from painting classes hanging. And staging is what you do whenever you paint a piece of furniture and you make a little vignette and things around it so that it looks like people can see what it will look like in their home, and it takes a beautiful picture. You know, sometimes you see pictures of painted furniture and you're like, yeah, you know, you can tell it's an old piece that's been painted. But if you take that picture out of, you know, the painting room and then you move it in front of a stage thing and put just the right, you know, whatnots and things on top of it, then it becomes a beautiful picture and then people want it. So it's like a proven thing. When you stage your pieces, it makes it, you know, more beautiful. So I brought this in here. See if I can bring it closer. And there are buku holes up in this wall all over it. This wall has been here for a while. It's in the spa area of our store here. See the big screw up there? That fit under here, and that's what helped me decide where this picture was going to hang, because I knew I was going to have to hide that screw. Well, I've been wanting to have a staging wall for a while, and that's where you have sort of a neutral background that looks pretty and interesting, that you can put all of your stuff in front of and change the look of it and have it have a nice background. So people do the same thing, and like it's called an accent wall when you do it at home, and they may have one in their dining room or in the living room or bedroom, and that's where one wall is painted different, or one wall is wallpapered, or one wall is somehow done differently from the rest of the walls in your house, and then it's called an accent wall. So we're going to make an accent wall out of this wall, and I will use it as what's called a staging wall because of the business. And I have these little, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to get them out. This one looks like it's going to come out. I have these things all in it that you hang pictures on. So I'm going to take as many of these as I can get out, because when you do this right and it gets farther on the inside there, it actually, the point on the end of that goes into the back of your drywall, and that's what makes these sturdy so that they hold your pictures. And looks like there's all kinds of little numbers there, so I probably measured out all of these and everything before I put them across. But anyway, the first thing that you'll do if you're going to create an accent wall or a staging wall is remove all the screws and nails. But you will also have to patch and repair. And this is what I got, and I just got this at my local home center. It's called Stein's here in my town. This is joint compound. I don't know what +3 means, but when Jewel and I went up and bought it on the lunch break, it says that it makes patching and repairs and things like that easier. So you can get this on your putty knife, or you can just get it on the end of your finger. And we're going to need to fill in all of these nail holes and things. Now this stuff is sandable afterward. I got some of these are called disposable, but this is like 3 different sizes of it, and that's another way that you can apply that without getting it on your fingers, and then you can scrape a little better off of there. Apply a little and scrape off. And most of this will still, if you don't sand it afterwards, will still show through your first coat or so of paint. We also have some areas where there's been a screw in there that has bubbled out a little bit in the wall. It's not flat, and I'm just taking my old metal one that I use all the time and kind of going across there. And even here you can see where paint has been pulled off by other people having things hung over here over the years. Right here, yep, that one's kind of bowed out a little bit. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this is joint compound, and just filling in. This says it has less shrinkage and good for patching and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to look for anywhere where there was a hole at and put it in the hole and then scrape it as flat as I can scrape it. But that one had a screw in it, so there's really an amount of the drywall sticking through there. It's really a rough hole. Back to the metal one. I'm just scrubbing that off to where it's mostly flat. And if it's not flat afterwards, like I said, we'll just put something, pretty over it and pretend we planned it that way the whole time. Well, if y'all have any ideas for me, let me know. We will. I already called my husband at work and told him I need a trowel, which is like the flat thing that we can apply mud with for any areas where we're gonna want to put that. And I'll talk to him tonight. Not like I don't know everything, but I'm gonna talk to him and decide whether to go ahead and put the mud on here first before we paint. I don't know why. I watched a few YouTube videos last night to try to get an idea of some faux finishes, and I didn't really find any. But what I was surprised about was that they were painting and even doing partially part of their finish and then coming back with the mud over it and then having to do another portion of the finish, and they said that gives it more depth. So depth is definitely important too, but I guess that depends on how much of everything that I find. If I can find that floral stamp and the stencil that I'm looking for and bring it too. But I know we'll put the base mud on here first and try to go from there, because I may go ahead and stamp and get an idea of where we want the stamp to be, and then we can, you know, paint over that and stamp again. But that will sort of give an idea of where the, you know, the flat stamps are going to be. I think that would be a good idea too. So up to suggestions, or up for suggestions. Anything you want to see, let me know, and we're going to make something happen with this wall. Other than these polka dots means that I can't just leave it like that. Thanks for watching.